Today I'm going to participate in a cabbage challenge. A Swedish influencer called Sara Bäckmo has set a grow early cabbage challenge for us followers, and the thing is that you sow early and fast growing cabbages now in January, and you take care of them indoors, transplant them and make really good and strong plants, and then when winter will almost end, you transplant them out in your greenhouse or in your polytunnel or in your hotbed or whatever you have available, and the goal is to be able to harvest full-size cabbage heads by May or maybe beginning of June, depending on which garden zone in Sweden you live in. And who doesn't want fully grown cabbage heads by May, or at least the chance to get that? So I'm going to participate in this challenge. This year I have made similar attempts, at least last year, but I didn't start them early enough indoors, and I didn't transplant them that much. I had them in my hotbed that wasn't very hot, but I harvested my cabbage heads end of June and something like that. So I feel that it's possible in my garden zone. I live in the Swedish garden zone 4, which is about in the middle of Sweden, and not so close to the sea. Well, I have prepared 5 varieties of cabbages, or almost cabbages, that I would really like to be able to harvest early. And the idea is that I harvest these in my polytunnel and my greenhouse before I'm supposed to transplant tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and all those heat-loving plants. These are supposed to be, the cabbages is supposed to be eaten by then. So if I keep the time plan, this will be fine. So the sorts that I've selected is a pointed white cabbage, early Jersey Wakefield. It's supposed to be really quick. It's an old variety, and it produces cabbage heads on up to 1.5 kilograms. So it's a decent size cabbage. I also have a white cabbage with a round head called early Ditmarsh, and this one is actually supposed to be even quicker than the one with the pointed head, so keep my fingers crossed that that will work. I also have a really early variety of Savoy cabbage. This one is called Vorbote 3. I've never tried this one, and this is, as you might see, part of a seed collection that the influencer Sara Bäckmo has helped to create. So I'm really excited about this. But then I thought that I have some other kale, cabbage, calabrese varieties that I would actually like to be able to harvest really early. So I found a cauliflower that's supposed to be super fast growing. It's the variety is called Idle, and on the back it says it can produce, or you can harvest complete cauliflower heads 9 weeks after sowing. I don't know if that's true, but if it's a little bit true, then this one will be able to, if I sow them today, end of January, I will actually be able to harvest them by May. That would be fantastic. I love cauliflower. And then I have a broccoli variety called Brokali. It doesn't create a big broccoli center head. It creates small broccoli bouquets with long stems, and you eat them, the stems as well. This is also a Sarabekmo variety that she likes, and that I've seen in some of her blog posts or in some of her YouTube videos, and they look really, really nice and very prolific. And I hope this one will be able to make a good sized plant and start producing broccoli shoots by May. So this one I will try as well. These 5 varieties I will sow about 10 seeds each in a small pot, and when they've germinated and started making small plants, I will transplant them to a pot each, and then do so until it's time to transplant them outside. What's important to not forget in this challenge is that they need growing lights, which I have, and they need fertilizing, which I will be making with some sort of liquid fertilizer indoors. I haven't really decided what, but so that I can get big and strong plants by the time I can transplant them outside, which I hope will be in the beginning of April. That would be excellent. But we'll see. It all depends on how long this winter will be, as always. For the sowing, I'm using regular soil from a bag, just planting soil, nothing fancy, not specifically for sowing, because this is kale varieties. They're not sensitive to normal soil. They grow willingly in almost anything, so I'm not making any fuss. I will put, as I said, about 10 seeds in one of these, and then I will mark them, and this is my trick. I buy plastic spoons, like in a 50 or 100 pack, and I write on the curved side. And I can also write which day I made the sowing on the other side. And this works really well with a permanent marker pen. It doesn't deteriorate, it doesn't go away. And it's really easy and cheap to get a lot of plant markers. They also make a little sign that I can put the plastic on if I want a plastic top on this. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with them. You can see in the background here that I use these for all of my seedlings. It makes a really good and clear sign of what I've sown. And I keep them, the ones that I've written on, but I'm not so good at sorting the names yet. But I guess at some point I will have a library full of plastic spoons with all the varieties that I sow every year, and I can reuse them. But right now I write it again. I will keep these sowings here under the growing light now, and then when they grow bigger I might move them to another place where I also have growing lights. And then when we start getting close to warmer weather and more sunshine outside, I might put them in my one of my patios that are enclosed with glass. During the day, the temperature will be pretty warm in there, and then I will carry them inside for the night when it can be cold. Well, So right now I'm gonna make the sowings. I'm gonna put the date on my plastic spoons so I know, and then I will keep you updated on this cabbage challenge as the weeks go, and we'll see if I can get good, strong, healthy cabbage plants and brassica plants and cauliflower plants that I can then transplant outdoors and hopefully have an excellent meal sometime during May. Well, I'll keep you updated. Until next time, bye bye.